Вторая часть. Мы закончили вчера на том, что встретились с напарником. Все-таки решили, что он берет с собой Сьюзи. И едем в Цезарь Палас. Там, где не видит копов. Два копа. Погнали. Что может случиться плохого? Поехали.
Hey, Marty.
Oh, well, look who's here. Hello, Bob.
Got this shit.
Well, at least you are.
Marty, come on,
Тот же
let's
самый
forget
диалог.
that. What's past?
Допустить. Не сохранилось? Походу не сохранилось. Я не знаю, как здесь толком работает сохранение. Ну, это первый раз. Морт. Мы про него все это уже читали. Цезарь клуб, не Цезарь Пэлас. Пушка
Hey, there were
Марти,
Oh,
Линда.
we're going to...
Yeah, that's the point.
Да, поехали.
Still drink coffee?
Yeah, my only poison. Except for guns, of course. And women.
Кофе, пушки, женщины. Настоящий детектив.
We could visit our old haunt. What do you think?
Oh, a nice cup of Zips coffee and the hot dog. I'm in. Oh, and maybe we'll get into a little fight too, huh?
Да, файт, поэтому ты пушки свои
If it
берешь.
comes to that, I'm leaving you without a blink.
Hell yeah, like last time?
Those were different times, Marty, with a different Sonny.
Well, all right. To the city then.
Погнали
You
в
don't
город.
have to come with me, you know.
Да ему все равно здесь делать нечего, он же говорил.
Okay, I know. Let's go.
Сидит здесь просто так стреляет.
There's a little problem.
Not so little, and it smells too. What the furry hell is Blood Boil doing here?
О-о, начальник появился.
Well, it seems we can't avoid speaking to him.
Oh, yes, we can. You have your rifle with you, right?
Просто застрелить его.
What?
Но он прикалывает.
Just kidding. Sort of.
Но с ним такие шутки лучше не шутить. Он все-таки нас пристрелил с дробовика один раз. Придется пристрелить шефа. Окей.
The chief doesn't seem to be in a good mood, but he never is, actually.
Никогда не в настроении.
What a surprise. The two pigeons back together. And without my permission, of course.
Тебя вообще не должно быть сегодня здесь.
Chief Bloodboil.
Damn.
What was that, Santino?
Ничего не.
Nothing, sir. What a lovely evening. Am I right?
I don't want to hear your crowing, Santino.
Корректно.
What the hell are you doing here?
Hey, careful with the racist barking, old hound.
А, это считается все-таки российским. Я подумал, что это можно пропустить, они реально типа петушки же. А вот тявканье это в его адрес уже.
Oh, it's getting hot in here. Can we just skip this part? It's
С
New
одной
Year's after
российской
all.
темы на другую.
And you're on duty, if I'm not mistaken, Martin. Where do you think you're going?
Да отпусти ты его, что-то.
That's it, boss. To serve and protect. Sonny was in the neighborhood and stopped by to say hi. He's a cop too, right?
В отпуске сейчас скажет. Типа, если ты в отпуске, то это не
Only on
считается.
paper, and you know that very well, Detective.
I don't want any trouble, boss. I just wanted to say hi to Monica, and then this feather pillow showed up. I invited him to grab a quick coffee. You can allow him that much, can't you?
Да, на чашечку кофе.
Your coffee breaks usually end up in shooting or brawling, chickens.
Бойцовские петухи.
Oh, just a coffee, boss. I swear. Oh, have a heart. It's New Year's Eve and I haven't seen my old partner for so long.
Отпустит, конечно.
How touching. You shot him with a shotgun, if I remember.
Было дело.
Family quarrel.
For all the marrow bones of the world, get the hell out of my sight.
Have a lovely evening, boss.
С
You
наступающим.
especially. Fuck off right now, Santino.
Так грубо разговаривает. После работы-то шеф. Все равно шеф. Хот-дог. Исключительное кофе и разборки.
We can't avoid speaking with the chief first. And it would be nice to say goodbye to Monica, too.
Моника. Ну давай скажем Монике пока.
We're leaving, sweetheart.
А, нужно расписаться. Зашел, распишись, ушел,
Stay safe,
распишись.
boys. I'm glad to see you two together again.
I'm afraid you're alone with that.
Hey, don't make me change my mind.
You won't, Marty. I bet you can't wait to get mixed up in some serious trouble again.
Yep, that's true.
I'm serious, boys. Be careful out there.
We're big birds, Monica. We can take care of ourselves. Mostly.
Okay, but take care of each other too.
Друзья.
Will do, Monica.
Yes, ma'am.
По мне так она больше шеф, чем... Ну ладно.
What is it, Santino?
Nothing, sir.
And you need something, Martin?
Он же
No,
уже
sir.
сказал,
Then
проваливайтесь.
get out of my sight, birds.
Я не знаю, зачем нам игра говорит еще раз с ним поговорить.
I haven't dusted you off in a while, partner. Looks like I may be needing you now.
Надеюсь, ствол заряжен. Так. Царь Клоу. Отель Атлас. Скок-дог. Давай заглянем в Скок-дог.
The hop
Хорошо,
dog was like
без-
the last warning. You can still turn back. My eyes lingered on the sign. An enormous dog. Like a neon god with
Бог
limitless
неона.
power over cheap hot dogs, plastic hamburgers, and watered down coffee. The cold light called me. But I didn't want to get out of the car. If we went in,
Два, блин,
we were
маска
all
на
gonna be
носу.
pancakes, kept together
Звучит
by
гейски по мне, но,
cold syrup.
но не петушки, так что...
Marty's worried look shook me out of my reverie. Oh, cluck. Was I talking to myself again?
Короче, сейчас мух. Сейчас мы посидим в этой в кофейне. Поговорим с Марти. Потому что... В полицейском участке я ему так толком ничего и не рассказал. А перед тем, как идти на дело, нужно, чтобы он был в курсе.
Hey,
чего
pal.
как.
Can you hear me?
Как он будет говорить, у него такая штучка. Пристрелить его.
Look at the poor bastard.
He's looking okay, Marty. Remember what we saw when we worked at the Hive?
Wild ones. Don't even remind me. Trying to forget that shit every day.
It's been even worse since. I guess you heard about the riots.
Восстание
hasn't?
воли.
You know, people are afraid that the Great Fire will happen again, and those hive houses are pretty flammable.
I don't speak of the devil, Marty. But to be honest, I have no idea how this insect matter can be solved.
Травить их газом.
I do. We just open the ghettos and let the insects live among us like they did for centuries.
Your heart is pure gold, buddy. But you know it's not that easy. Clawville isn't what it used to be.
После пожара они выгнали всех насекомых в отдельные...
There used to be such life around here before it became an insect ghetto.
That was a very long time ago, Marty.
I was a little chick, and the hop dog had the best pancakes in the entire city.
Well, since Zip became the owner, the cook, and the waitress, I imagine it's all gone downhill.
True.
But at least the coffee's good.
That's right. I have no idea what that mongrel's doing with it, and I don't want to know, but its aroma is unbeatable.
Unbeatable. Так. Мух не появился. С мухами вообще нельзя разговаривать, насколько я помню. Зип. Теперь он делает лучше кофе, потрепанный заголовком. Информатор, Зип. Хорек? Енот полоском. Не похож он на енота здесь по картинке. Кодекс. Район сапожников. Город тараканов. 98% насекомых. 2% все-таки живут в городе. Гражданская война. Река Таймс. Река Таймс это в Англии же. Они совместили здесь французский стиль, нуар, детектив америкосов и Англию. Все просто в игру собрали. Ты посмотри. Красавчики. Бог, блин, отдел.
Are you sure that thing's a dog? I always wondered.
The name Hop Dog is quite a giveaway. Don't you think so, Mr. Detective?
Sometimes the most natural connections lead us astray. Who said that?
A natural-born genius.
Гений, появившийся естественным путем. А на кого он еще похож? Собака? Разве что полоски у него какие-то на спине. Но собаки разные бывают. 6 или 10 город.
Peaceful, isn't it?
Because the whole town's probably drunk by now.
Maybe that's the only way it can bear itself.
Doesn't it remind you of someone?
Shut up, Marty.
Завали клебала.
Got you there, old bird.
Молодой, видно, что молодой петушок. Мы не обслуживаем здесь насекомых.
Of all that's furry.
Это нацистская Германия или что?
Is this still a thing?
The situation's getting even worse, Marty. Have you heard how the young mothers of the Cobbler district are forced to make a living?
I have no idea what goes on in the hive, Sonny. I don't think I want to know. But you're still gonna tell me, right?
Все равно расскажу.
Prostitution is the lesser evil. What's worse is that some folks have to sell their kids when they're still
Продавать
larvae.
детей. Проституция и продажа детей. Продажа детей это Мексика, насколько я знаю. Когда-то было.
Wait, what? Why?
They pay a hefty sum for each of them downtown. They sell them as gourmet food in the most expensive restaurants.
Личинки. Петухи, кстати, едят личинки.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
We made this city, Marty. Clawville didn't do this to itself. Don't ever forget that.
Как раз таки богатые петушки, наверное, и покупают личинки. А они огромные, прикинь. Реально как младенцев едят.
Ugh, the place is deserted. Poor Zip.
Ну так те еда хреновая.
You're right.
Yep, the guy's middle name is bad luck.
That's for sure.
Енот. Музыкальный аппарат. Запрыгаешь на первых, дохлые мухи молчат, трубы. Попробуй меня, детка. Но я не могу нажать. В чем смысл этих названий? Да и бит тот же самый. Fly with me, baby. Elvis Presley, голубь.
And voila, the master himself.
What a finch.
Sonny, he's a pigeon, not a finch.
Don't make me angry, Marty.
Okay, I was only joking.
Шутник. Каракули. В жопу короля. Куда делись все цвета?
What insight? Well, that's a good question, pal.
Все цвета закончились, братан.
The highlight of my day.
Yeah, I can smell it already. How does he make the coffee here so special?
Look at that mangy trash panda and tell me, do you really want to know?
You're right.
As always.
Меню.
You still don't eat meat, old man?
I'm a rooster, a chicken. Why the hell would I eat meat?
I don't mean real meat. I'm not a lunatic. But a meat substitute? There's about 10 different kinds. Have you never tried any of them?
Why would I? If I don't eat meat, why would I eat a substitute?
Because you can. That's the point.
Wild gods, Marty. Stop being such a sheep. Do you fall for those adverts?
Substitute isn't meat, Sonny. And if it's tasty, why wouldn't I eat it?
I don't care what you eat. But don't be surprised when you lose all your feathers or you try to bite off your own leg one day.
Представляю себе, как он отрезает себе ногу и поджаривает ее на сковородке. Куриная ножка. Что-то новенькое про Зипа? Нет, давай сначала посмотрим на него.
He sure didn't get it.
Or prettier.
You think he's still mad at us?
Frankly, Marty, I don't give a damn.
Теперь у него остались связи. Заменители имитатора мяса позволили сократить потребление. Чтоб хищники не хавали бы обычных людей, ну, обычных жителей. Это все-таки не люди, да? Все-таки это не люди.
Hello, boys. Now get the hell out of here while I'm asking nicely.
Да мы... Ты чё такое?
Hey, is that how you greet two old friends?
Старые друзья.
Hey, I'm not joking, Sonny. I got a shotgun under the bar.
No, you don't, because if you had, we'd arrest you here and now.
If there's still life in you when you're full of buckshot.
It's going well so far.
Сразу видно старые
We're
знакомые.
just here for a coffee, Zip, okay? Like old times.
Nothing's like old times. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's quite noticeable.
Базаришь.
All right. Then where'd you blow in from?
We haven't been anywhere yet, but we're going somewhere.
Everybody's going somewhere, right?
Все
Tell
куда-то
me,
собираются.
how much do you know, Zip?
That depends. How deep is it?
Bottom of the well kind. Goes down around Ibn Wessler.
Holy hell, Wessler? You've dipped your wings in deep shit, boys.
If you've got anything on him, don't keep it to yourself. We'd be grateful.
Grateful. Maybe you're not gonna trash my joint this time, eh? You know, Ibn's acting strange nowadays. He always believed that if you want something done, you do it yourself. That's how it was for years anyway.
Хоть что-то делать сам.
But now, he left his real estate, the fish racing clubs, the casinos, and the bars to his right-hand man, Mongrel Mick. And ever since, he's been kinda weird. Bottomed out, brooding in the seediest joints of the city. Nobody ever knew him to be like this. Weird, huh?
Пошел во все тяжкие, поставил свой бизнес на правую руку.
Weird. Do you think it's about a lady?
It's always
Кошатница.
about a lady.
Well, there is a woman,
I knew it.
but not like you think.
Is this gonna cost much?
Only a favor, like the good old days.
Okay, I'm in.
Мисс Наташа Кошенко у нас ошивается. Но мы сейчас будем делать услугу за информацию, которую, в принципе, и так знаем. Наконец, нормальный подряд. Проебано что-то. Я забыл, как его зовут. А его нету здесь. А, вот он. Да? Ибн Вестлер. Пытается жить в свое удовольствие, но ему легко так это не удастся. Мик. Уже сталкивались с ним. Опасный парень. Ну давай. Царь-клуб. Скокдог, Хобарт, Ибн Вест, Наташ, Зип. О нем спросить? Давай про
So,
Наташу.
about that woman. Is she really that dangerous?
What woman isn't, huh?
No, Zip.
Женщина.
I mean, really dangerous.
She's got the most influential gangster of the city wrapped around her finger. She calls him her little furball. How dangerous do you think she is?
Опасная. Хобарт.
So, Ibn's gone insane.
Love will kill you in the end, they say.
Seems like
Yes.
everyone's in a poetic mood today.
You're one to talk, by the way.
Huh? Why?
Царь-клуб.
Have you ever been to that place?
Of course, 100 times. Everyone who matters in this city's been there. Sorry, guys. But then, it had a different name and a different owner.
Business affairs, right?
Yeah, that was the dark era, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it.
Roger
Когда он
that.
еще был в игре. В принципе, остальное мне про Скокдог и этот не нужно знать. Ну, давай
Gotta say,
спроси.
you've revamped the joint pretty well.
Yeah, after you trashed it, I had to.
Мы?
Look, I'm sorry, Zip. That ocelot and his gorilla.
Оцелот.
Baboon, not gorilla.
Whatever.
Sonny,
Горилла.
what's your beak?
So you owe me one until about the end of time. But I'd settle for you washing up here for a few years after retirement, Sonny.
Mind your tongue, furball. you didn't get any younger, pal.
You're telling me? You look like you haven't had a good night's sleep since forever.
To be honest, I've never had a good night's sleep in my life.
You will when the big sleep comes.
Big sleep comes.
And what are your plans? Dying behind the bar?
На том свете отдохнешь.
Of course. You got a better idea?
A couple, yeah. But somehow this suits you.
You know what? Your mother's a goat.
О, Зип. Ну ты старый пройдоха. И что мы получили? Какую информацию? Наташа. Ей принадлежит цирк-клуб. Это мы знаем. Здесь есть этот чувак самый? Или гориллы? Вообще никого нового не появилось. Он работал наивно. В принципе, это все, что мы узнали. Статистику не трогаем, кодекс иногда что-то появляется. Клуб Цезарь, места то же самое. Подсказки. Толком никакой новой информации, если честно. Изначально я
The door didn't
планировал...
look like this last time.
Yeah, because last time you tore it out and beat that baboon with it.
Oh yeah, I remember now. So that's why Zip remodeled the whole place.
He had to. We didn't leave much of it standing.
If I didn't know how nice we are, I'd almost hate ourselves.
Welcome to the club, partner.
Какие же мы все-таки милые, да? Ну чё, поехали? Не получилось, игра не дает поговорить. Отель Атлас? А зачем мне сюда?
Yeesh, my condolences, pal. I see your cleaning lady died.
Yeah, she set foot in the bedroom once. I haven't seen her since. I didn't dare to go after her.
Oh, I wouldn't want to go in there either. But what's that smell?
Ah, cigarettes and whiskey.
Сигареты и виски.
Yeah, with a hint of dirty laundry, but no, this is lavender?
Ah, that. Now that's got to be the Ibanez dame. You know, the broad who gave me the letter. And the job, obviously.
Во,
Pretty,
начинается
huh?
диалог.
I can smell it. She's an exotic, too. An impala, maybe?
For
Почти.
hell. That's why Chief Inspector Bloodboil hates you so much. He's jealous because your nose is better than a clucking bloodhound.
The bitter old dog. He just hates all foul.
Ah, true. Except for Monica.
Моника ангел.
Monica's a fairy, not a bird. So, what now?
Well, let's gather my stuff and head to the club. We gotta find out who this Natasha is and what she wants from us. I mean, what she really wants.
After you, Boss Bird. I wouldn't like to touch anything in here anyway. If it's okay, I'll just stand around and stare out the window.
Окей.
Sure, just do it quietly.
Мне-то, в принципе, здесь нечего собирать, да? Разве что...
Just a bunch of you.
It would be best to board it up. It'd go well with this rundown neighborhood.
It may be run down, but somehow I still feel like it's honest.
Правильно.
Sure, you could live in Cockroach Town. That's an honest place, too. Has a similar stink.
Believe me, Marty, I thought about it.
Why am I not surprised?
Игра хотела, чтобы мы приехали сюда, и я взял пистолет. Но я сделал это в самом начале, так что... Поехали в царь-клуб.
Midnight had passed, and the intoxicated madness kicked in. We could only crawl along Shalva District's main street toward downtown. The city's heart beat differently. Ancient buildings were defaced by neon signs and billboards, like half-drunk lovers on a fine leather sofa. Great old houses neighbored by garish modern blocks. A place that makes the head hurt. The Tsar's huge neon sign was visible for miles. A blazing red sign advertised tonight's main attraction, the amazing Natasha. Cops were never welcomed at places like this. I hoped we were too late for the show. We had to be inconspicuous, but it was never easy with this bird mountain by my side.
Ah, so this is the famous Tsar Club.
More like infamous, Marty. It's not for our kind, that's for sure. And I don't mean that they don't like foul here.
Well, at least we don't have to be afraid that they see you as a detective, Boss Bird.
Very funny, Marty.
So what are we gonna do now?
We find Natasha, the broad who sent me the message, remember? But first we need to get into the club. And Marty, please, don't monkey this up.
Don't monkey this up.
Excuse me? On behalf of the well-respected and noble primate community of Clawville.
Cut the crap, Marty. Let's focus on what we're here for, okay?
As you say, Boss Bird.
Шутник любит пушки, женщины, кофе. Марти красавчик, я считаю. Льюис что здесь делает? Он отвез, походу, Дебору сюда.
You know, seeing this, I can't wait for the show.
The girls?
New Year's Eve's once a year, right? And we're not on duty.
Ну как, ты-то не исполнение?
Laura's doing?
У него есть жена?
Whoa, hey, I was just kidding, okay? My relationship with Laura is unwavering, like the rhino beauty on this picture.
Interesting taste you've got.
Feathers, scales, or dermal armor, a lady's a lady, my friend.
Thank the wild gods for self-sacrificing gentlemen like you.
Самопожертвованных Льюис.
Honestly, I think these types of women only see faceless tuxedos, cufflinks, and wallets. And in the mirror, they're just brooches, necklaces, and earrings.
Don't be so radical, Marty. They're women. They live by different rules.
That was kind of deep.
It's not. Just bullshit. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, teach me, Master.
When you're old and wise like me, you'll realize none of it is worth a damn thing.
Wait, that was deep again, right?
Maybe it was, Marty. Maybe it was.
Amazing.
У них диалоги просто шикарные. Этот кекает, этот дает нравоучение. Вау.
Do you remember when the Clawville Chronicle was a really high-quality newspaper?
You mean when they wrote something about us daily?
Yeah. What exactly happened to them?
Well, they got bored with us, Marty. And to be honest, so did I.
Ну, за 20
Still,
лет.
here we are working together again. Funny, huh?
Yeah, hilarious.
Стоп, сколько им лет? Он говорил, дело было 20 лет назад. Этому петушку же не могло тогда 10 быть. Или здесь времена идут как-то по-другому. Информации никакой новой не появилось. А, кодекс. Хроники Кловеля. Бла-бла-бла. Там они были легенды, раскрыли какое-то дело. Рекламная тумба.
I like this.
Why is that?
Потому что там
I
девочка.
don't know. Cause it's moving, I guess.
You're a simple bird, aren't you?
Потому что
Yes,
движется.
I am.
Заменитель мяса, потому что это что-то новенькое. Это потому что движется.
Whoa, look at that. Isn't that the new...
It is, Marty. A brand new 942 Silver Hawk. Haven't seen such beauty since I left Iveria.
Of all that's furry, whose is it?
Maybe it's
Владелец,
Ibn
наверное.
Wessler's. I guess he's no paper tiger.
Yeah, he sounds like a fellow who drives around in one of these. Lucky bastard.
Да, невезунчик. Это все.
One
Это всё
day,
делается.
neon signs will cover the whole world, I'm telling you.
You read that in some kind of science fiction book?
No, it's just what I think.
Oh, so you have your own thoughts now. The world's really moving forward.
Pluck off, Sonny.
Обиделся, отвечаю. Поговорим с вышибалой. Давай посмотрим.
Jeez,
сначала.
look at that guy.
That's not a guy. That's a demon. Straight from the dog-eared pages of a cheap detective novel.
Здорово.
Yeah, I bet his name's Bill.
Почему?
He's definitely a Bob.
Вот.
$5 for Bill?
Okay, I'm in.
Я это не бил. Давай.
Howdy, pal.
Gentlemen, how can I help you on this wonderful chilly night?
Чудесный прохладный вечер. Нам бы согреться.
We're expected in the VIP lounge.
My apologies, but I don't remember ever seeing you gentlemen here before. May I ask?
Stop right there, big guy. I get it. Yeah, I know exactly how this works. So what do you have to do to get in?
Значок, карточку.
Nothing's easier, sir. Are you on the list?
The list? Yeah, I've,
Мы на
God,
списке.
don't tell me you forgot.
I'm afraid I did, Marty. Sorry, big guy, but I'm pretty sure we're not on the list tonight.
Тогда он скажет, мы не
That's a
проходим.
shame. I'm really sorry, sirs. In that case, you can't come in.
Yeah, right. Thanks.
My pleasure, gentlemen.
Слушай, он такой вежливый для вышибалы, да? Я так и не узнал, как его зовут. Настал момент. Нет? Страна, населенная одними лишь птицами. Морис. Авилия. Так. Достаем.
Molly.
Спросить. Льюис Сенорт, вот этот кролик, Наташа Каченко или полицейский значок точно лучше не показывать, потому что они здесь копов не
What
любят.
can you tell me about the first lady of the place, big guy?
You mean Miss Natasha Katsenko, sir?
You're right on point, pal.
Nothing you don't know already, sir.
Just try me.
Well, she owns the place.
And, that's it? Well, that's, unbelievable.
Pardon, monsieur, but I'm not permitted to say anything more.
Льюис.
Say, big guy, you know Mr. Lewis Hayworth?
But of course, Mr. Hayworth is an impeccable gentleman, and also a frequent visitor of the club.
Льюис Сенорт. Это же кролик.
Is that so? Good to know. And?
I'm afraid that is all, monsieur.
Я не хочу показывать полицейский значок, но игра не доставляет мне выбора, да?
That fella's built like a brick shithouse. I don't think we'll be able to just sneak past him.
Wanna bet?
Not today, Marty. Remember, we must avoid suspicion.
Okay. No trouble. I get it. It's okay, Bertha.
Он взял ее с собой. Я ему говорил не брать ее с собой.
Nothing. Just the wind.
Did you bring Big Bertha with you?
God, no. What are you thinking? What idiot would bring a shotgun to a club?
Was that a rhetorical question?
Он взял Берту. Я же ему сказал, бери Сьюзи, но не трогай Берту. Полицейский значок. Нет, поговорить еще.
One more thing. This list of yours. Where should we sign up again?
I'm afraid if you don't know, it's not my place to tell you, sir. Excusez-moi, the regulations, you know.
Он говорит на французском, excuse me.
You hear that, Sonny?
I do, Marty. I do.
Это не
I'm
Билл.
gonna lose my crest from this guy.
Just don't get too excited, Marty. Not tonight. Anyway, thanks, pal.
Ну давай
Look,
покажем.
I really don't want any trouble, but...
Это не настоящий значок.
It is even more inconvenient for me, sir, but this place doesn't like coppers. Forgive the slang. I can't let just anybody in, and there are some I'm strictly forbidden to. Please, you have to understand.
Listen here, you cow. Do you have any idea who we are? You ever read the papers?
Of course, I know who you are, sir. I read the news and more, and I must admit it's an honor to meet you in person, Mr. Santino Featherland and Mr. Marty Machikin. The Bell of the Pantheress is one of my favorite books.
Он еще и
Oh
книги
my
читает.
God, not the books again.
Он еще и книги читает, говорит на французском. Что это за
So it would
вышибала?
be terribly inconvenient for me if I had to use force on you, gentlemen.
What did you just say?
Relax, Marty. This guy has chicks like you for breakfast. Thanks for the information, pal. Have a nice night.
Thank you for understanding, gentlemen, and forgive me for my austere composition.
No problem, Shakespeare.
Все?
Let's not bother.
Okay, boss.
Так. Что еще могу сделать? Скок-дог. Полицейский участок. Мне явно чего-то не хватает.
Molly.
Почему я не могу показать ему?
Jeez, look at that.
That's not a guy. That's a...
Это я уже где-то слышал. Задний вход есть, может быть.
What a beautiful...
A work of art.
Seeing it and thinking about my little rusty covet.
Don't torture yourself, Sonny. Only way we're ever gonna drive one of them is if we sign up for the mob.
Maybe it would be worth it.
I think we'd be great gangsters in another life.
Думай. Как можно попасть в клуб через вышибалу? Проблема в том, что ничего из инвентаря я не могу использовать. Так-то бы не значок, а пистолет. Полицейский участок. Может быть, я здесь что-то
Look at these
забыл?
two simpletons.
They don't even realize their jackets are full of holes.
For the wild God's sake, don't dare tell them.
I already tried, but nothing happened.
Figures.
Hello, gents. Everything all right?
Aye, everything's just fine, Sonny. Well, look, the chick police are together again. What a time to be alive. Am I right, Royce? You're right, Foss.
Hey, that reminds me. Look at what I found under my coat. It's Her Majesty Big Bertha in the flesh.
Whoa, don't shoot. We were just joking, okay? We don't want any trouble.
Везде достает свой дробовик.
I was just joking too. I'll never get bored with these two. They're so cute.
I wonder why they thought you would shoot at another cop.
Hey, it's just happened once, okay? Am I right, boys?
You're right, Marty. And we all know it was an accident.
See?
Несчастный случай. Как попасть? Поговорить с Льюисом? С шефом я точно не хочу говорить.
I see you're swamped, buddy.
I've sent the old lizard away. I don't need him to foul the air anymore. I hate his kind anyway.
Well, because he's a reptile.
No, because he's a good-for-nothing piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you letting off some steam?
Something like that. We'll go and check out some seedy joint. We're cops after all, ain't we? And this is still Clawville.
No.
That's true, pal. Protect and serve.
Yeesh, get a room, you two.
Ah, shut up, Marty.
Где-то есть информация, которую я пропускаю. Босс. Куда? Хищники. Вот, Льюис Блоу. Поговорить с Льюисом. Как я об этом сразу не подумал.
Time to go, partner. It'll take half an hour or more to get there.
To the club, then. I'm curious about the show.
Look, Marty, we're not going there to have fun, okay?
I know. We worked together for 10 years, remember?
9.
Yeah?
Oh, do you have any gum?
Of course not. Chickens don't chew.
Well, I'll go crazy on a long ride without it.
And I'll go crazy from you beaking it.
Ah, Sonny, it's a pleasure working with you again.
Поехали. Льюис.
Hey, that's your old friend, right? Wait, what was his name? Lawrence? Lamar? No, Liam.
Lewis. Yes, it's him.
To be honest, Sonny, I always thought that guy's not all there in the head.
Nobody's perfectly sane in Clawville, Marty. But if not for this old rabbit, I wouldn't be here today. I'll never forget that.
Should I thank him for that?
Or kill him for it.
You're reading my mind, boss.
Говорит.
Sonny, my dear friend.
Мне нужно попасть.
Hi, Lewis. This is my partner, but I'm sure you already know.
You have no idea how happy I am to meet you, Mr. Marty. I'm a big admirer of your work.
Зачем он об этом так часто
Pleasure's all
говорит?
mine, Lawrence.
Lawrence? Anyways, so the legendary chicken police back together? Isn't it amazing news?
Don't ruffle my feathers, Lewis. Those days are long gone. We're just here for the entertainment. Or something like that.
Просто прозрачность.
That's a shame.
See you inside?
I have something to do, my pal, but I'll try to make it for the main event.
Okay then, catch you later, pal.
Нет, пусть он поможет нам пройти туда. Вы, блять.
Yes, gentlemen.
Hey, big guy, what's your...
My name is Archibald, sir.
Archibald.
Archibald Conway.
$5 в кармане.
Well, that's not a Bob.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Archie, what? No way, that's not even a real name.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, sir, but my name is Archibald Conway, without any doubt. Blackjack Conway to my friends.
Well, thanks, Blackjack. It was a pleasure. We'll be on our way now.
Вот это уже информация. Блэкджек, Арчибальд. Арчибальд. Мне нужно разузнать что-то.
Look, Lewis, that bouncer over there.
Well, yes. He is a bit intimidating, but his manners are impeccable. Am I right?
Yes, indeed, but it seems tonight we're not on his list.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get it. You'd like to go in, but he won't let you.
Так, сюда. Все камбэком.
Yeah, something like that.
Еще раз. Все нормально? Нормально. Можно чуть-чуть вот так вот сделать.
No, 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 no problem at all. Come with me. I'll talk to him.
Он нас
Much
проведет.
obliged, pal.
Yeah, thanks, Bunny.
Excuse me.
Банни.
Ah, jeez, what the hell's wrong with you, Marty?
What? Did I say something wrong? Let's just knock that giant out, shall we? Easy peasy.
Let's just not do that, shall we?
Okay.
Теперь он нам не поможет? Арчибальд Конвей.
Say, big guy, is this your job? To stand in front of the club and keep out decent fellows like us all night?
Not entirely, monsieur. My employer has many other kinds of jobs for me. He is quite creative in his field, I must say.
Like?
Like what?
Exactly.
Sorry, monsieur. I'm not,
Permitted to say anything more about the matter. Regulations, yeah, I know. This bullshit just gave me a headache.
So sorry to hear that, sir.
Ну погнали.
Sir, how'd you do?
Everything's fine, Mr. Aworth.
Good. Look, this noble pair of pigeons are my friends.
Pigeons.
They're on the list, okay?
L'archulamont, sir.
And as for you, you owe me one, gentlemen.
Thanks, old
Как
pal.
скажешь.
It was my pleasure to help you, as always.
Погнали. Наконец-то мы зашли в
The
клуб.
jazz overwhelmed us. There was no band in sight, yet the music seeped from the walls like years of cigarette smoke, and the smell of spilt whiskey. Behind the bar, rows of fancy bottles reflected the harmonious voices of pretty dames and the clinking of crystal glass. It was the kind of place that makes you drunk, even if you've never had a sip. A dangerous place for someone like me. No matter how alien I felt, it was strangely like coming home. Welcome to the Czar. Well, here we are.
Не Цезарь. Я не буду делать нарезку на YouTube, чуваки. Это слишком... Будет вот так. Потому что мне лень этим заниматься. Я пропустил!
I take you to the nicest places, eh, sweetheart?
Oh, does it mean you're buying, honey?
Don't even think about it.
Даже не думай.
Oh, men these days. So, we're here to find a dame called Natasha.
Мне нравится этот парень. Погнали.
I have a hunch he won't be hard to find. Let's mingle and try to avoid suspicion.
Естественно. Она будет гвоздем вечеринки, насколько я помню, да? Так что будет сложно ее не найти.
Just like always.
За барную
No,
стойку.
Marty, not like always. This time it's for real.
Буфетчик. Че он так пялится? Верзила. Олень. Верзила, здесь громила. Роскошный виски.
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
Но это же не
Treading on
проблема.
thin ice, Marty.
No, I just... Look, fellas at the station are talking, all kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
Не начинай то, что не можешь продолжить, чувак. Да, тупо не лезь, она тебя сожрет.
2 whiskeys, kid, and no horsing around.
I've never heard that one before. Sonny, you gotta drive,
Yeah, you're right, Marty. Hey, Longface, give me a glass of tap water too, okay?
Yes, sir. Coming right up. That wasn't exactly what I meant.
Новая функция спросить.
Tell me, hey breath, have you seen Natasha tonight?
Not yet, sir, but she's coming on soon.
Well, can you tell me anything about Mr. Ibn Wessler?
Ничего.
Sir, I don't want to.
What about, let's see, $5 maybe?
But, sir, you haven't even paid for your drinks yet. Yeah, stop riding on the details, Big Nose. You do your job, and we'll do ours, okay?
I mean, we're not here for work, of course. We're just here to relax.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just a little fun. Of course, gentlemen.
Он ничего не скажет. А ты кто такой?
Hey, there's Fillmore.
Филмор?
Who? Oh, yes. Philmar. Because that's what he calls himself, right?
You know him well?
We had some seriously wild cases together, yes. Mainly in Averia. Way
Аверия,
before
страна, где
Clawville.
птицы
Another
живут.
place and another life.
Sounds good. Like the blurb of some cheap pulp fiction book.
Yeah, it was the exact opposite. But the old bird's worth saying hi to.
Скажем привет.
Well, well, if it isn't the great detective, Marlowe.
Blow me, Sonny. You know I don't use that name anymore.
Okay, Mr. Dumbass alias Philmar Lowe.
Тупозад.
So says someone who tried to go undercover with a feather pillow mafia is a turkey. Right, Mr. Turk Cayman?
Индико.
Hey, that was a long time ago. I was young.
And I stick to my principles and my stupidity. Phil Marlowe, and that's that. Don't rile me up, you old fart.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I'm a little clucked tonight.
I know the feeling, pal. By the way, what are you two doing here? You stick out a bit. Are you here for a good old-fashioned beating?
Beating.
We
Good
stick
old-fashioned
out?
beating.
Man, you look terrible. Like someone who sat on an electric pole.
Don't even ask. I feel exactly like that.
You want a case?
5 feet tall, half of that legs. Angelic voice, demonic eyes, just the usual.
Дебора?
Oh boy.
And you?
То же
Something
самое.
like that. Just don't know the exact numbers yet. A dame named Natasha. She called us here. If I'm not mistaken, the joint is hers.
Yeah, she owns the joint, amongst others. Well, good luck, guys. That broad has a reputation. She's not the kind to toy with, if you know what I mean.
Any useful information?
For free?
Stop clucking around, Philmar.
All right, but just because of the old days. Look for me after you've talked to her. You wouldn't understand what I have to say about her before then. Don't leave unless you're thrown out, in which case, you know the drill. We don't know each other, I'll deny you in a blink.
Good to see you too, old pal. We'll be back.
Поговорить с ним после того, как поговорю с Наташей. Но я еще не опросил там Громилу, Верзилу. Что это было опять?
Come to daddy, darling.
Golden Eagle. 5 видео, которые оно пропускается. Ладно, ничего не скажет, пока не встреча с ним.
Calling booze darling, it's kind of weird, don't you think?
Says someone who calls his gun collection his harem.
Резонно.
Touché. I'll shut it.
Good birdie.
У тебя пушки, у него алкоголь.
She has pretty long legs. I mean, pretty and long legs for a squirrel, but I don't want to be prejudiced.
We're not here to stare at pretty squirrels. We're here to investigate, remember?
Это белка? Это белка!
So, where the hell is Natasha?
Let's ask that stud over there with those nice gals.
That guy looks way too horny for my taste.
Oh man, your sense of humor is bad as ever.
You just need to get used to it again.
What
Захах. Хорн, типа... Забей. Парень
A
лиса.
fox is a wolf who sends flowers.
What?
Oh, nothing. I read it somewhere.
Fascinating. I didn't know you could read.
Это уже
Ha
было.
ha ha, very funny.
Нет? Он не скажет, что эта шутка уже стара как мир? О, Ибн пришел. Оливия.
This guy is certainly not a gangster henchman.
Of course he's not.
Я не могу сейчас с ним поговорить. Пустая сцена.
I was hoping to have missed the main event.
You're a rusty old cock, that's why.
Старый ржавый хрен.
So says the little butt jam.
But what? That's not even a word.
It is now, all because of you. You should feel honored. Butt jam.
Butt jam.
You know, Sonny, sometimes you're like an evil little child.
Старость не радость. Что еще тут сказать?
That woman with Ibn, I think I know her from somewhere.
Maybe in your dreams, pal. Just act nonchalant, my friend.
No, it can't be.
What now?
Is that Olivia?
No, Marty.
Hey, Olivia.
Are you talking to me?
Типа не знаю.
It's me, Marty McChicken.
Oh, God.
What a pleasant surprise. The Rooster Copper's in person.
Сразу же.
Chicken police. But yeah, Mr. Wessler, you could say so. The name's...
Sunny Featherland, of course, of course. Chicken police. Your partner is, he is,
Только что представлялся.
Marty McChicken, sir. I just introduced myself to your lady companion seconds ago.
Oh yeah. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello, boys.
So, to what do we owe this pleasure, gentlemen?
Yeah, so, we were, just in the neighborhood, and...
И тут такое...
Cut the crap, Marty. All right, we're here for your sweetheart, Natasha.
Сразу же.
Oh, I see.
No big deal. Just a blackmail thing. You know, horrifying threats written on the wall with blood-red paint. The usual stuff. You must be familiar with this kind of thing.
Oh yeah, indeed. It's, nasty business. But I didn't know Natasha hired a detective because of this simple matter. But to be honest, I understand. I would have taken matters into my own hands, you see. But I'm kind of busy.
Mr. Wessler had a meeting with Attorney General Hamtaro yesterday, so he's rather tired. If you would excuse us.
Oh, dear Olivia, it's okay. These gentlemen are just doing their job, right? And if I've heard correctly, they're notoriously thorough. So, how can I help you?
We've got a few questions, if you don't mind.
I'm at your service.
Чекнем Оливию. Филмор. Старый товарищ. Частный детектив. Ибн появился. Оливия. Помощница. Крамера. Чисто картинка обновилась. Ничего нового. Ну что ж, погнали.
Nice bunker you got here.
Well, thank you, but it's not mine. Not anymore. But I'm sure you already know that. Listen, detective. If you want to know something, please ask straight, huh?
All right, Mr. Wessler, let's make this a bit more professional.
Yes, Наташа,
Look,
сразу же.
detective. If you want to know something, just ask.
All right, Mr. Wessler.
Про Наташу
I'm not
ничего.
as exciting as people tend to believe. I grew up in a poor family of many siblings. I'm the only one still alive, unfortunately. My career started with a shoe store, and now...
I wouldn't call that an average life. Shoe store owner to mob boss.
How dare you speak to Mr. Wessler like that?
Leave it, Olivia, dear. It's just provocation.
I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Wessler. Shall we talk about something else?
Им нельзя говорить напрямую, что он
Everybody knows Mr.
гангстер.
Hayworth. He's an antique piece of furniture in this city, so to speak.
Only a bit worn out.
It's not my fault that he's so much in debt, detective, but the name of his family still rings quite loud in Clawville.
Льюис
Is that
что-то
still
часто
worth anything?
появляется.
The name is just their name, of course, but the man behind the name is another matter, Mr. Featherland.
Человек с именем.
You're a pragmatic rat.
Thank you.
Has your assistant been working for you long?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, I'm talking about you, ma'am.
Let me answer your question then. I've been in Mr. Wessler's employment for 6 months. Why do you ask?
Oh, just routine questioning, you know. Most of them aren't good for anything. Just killing time.
It sounded rude to me.
Yeah, please forgive a detective. Olivia's a real firecracker.
Firecrack. Вопрос? Вопрос!
Wessler's a tricky guy. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about him, so I have to be cunning. I can't just pin him against a wall.
Стоп, значок. Значок это... Значок это вот такой допрос. А то, что я говорил, это не считается. Коварно.
How did you feel when you heard about the blackmail?
Honestly, I found it ridiculous.
And now?
Now I'm kinda interested. But I wouldn't call it blackmail yet. They're just empty threats. There were no demands.
Good point.
Thank you. Are we done?
No, not quite.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You seem a very busy man. May I ask what you do?
It's, uninteresting.
Would you elaborate?
I got a small share in the meat substitute business. If the new product works, maybe we can make your job easier.
You mean reduce predation in Clawville?
There are such plans. If you're interested, talk to Olivia, my assistant. She's an expert in what she does, unlike me.
Но это новая тема. Смотря как продержится. Может взорвать, но... Это не его заведение.
You're very taciturn, Mr. Wessler, though I've heard you're quite the speaker.
Look, I'll gladly talk to anyone about business, and even happier to talk about art. But I'm no fan of interrogation on a night out. Are you even on duty?
Sorry for any offense, Mr. Wessler. Let's talk about something else. Wessler is tougher than I thought, and he's secretive. It's time to gently beat around the bush. Were there any similar incidents in the town? I mean, threats, blackmail, enemies, or insane fans? Psychopath pianists, perhaps?
I don't know about enemies, but she's a celebrity. A star shining bright in Clawville's night sky. Do you understand? She gets endless fan mail. It could be anybody. I wouldn't overreact.
Natasha doesn't feel that way.
I've noticed.
Вторичный вопрос.
Do you think one of her fans is the culprit? Someone who can't take rejection, maybe?
Why not? It's quite common.
It's a typical motive, indeed. Any ideas who it could be?
Yeah. Attorney General Hamtaro is obsessed with Natasha. But he's, more like the kiss on the hand, flowers bowing type. Throwing bricks through the window is not his style. I can't think of anybody else. Or rather, I can think of everybody else. About half the city, actually.
Где-то я уже слышал это имя.
The mob boss and the pussycat, eh? How did you even meet?
Huh? Are you trying to piss me off, Corpora, so I accidentally let some big secret slip out, huh?
A simple answer would work.
You know, Natasha, she's both connoisseur and muse. So, how was it? When was it exactly?
You don't remember? That's strange.
Ah, yeah. The Millions, of course. It was like another lifetime.
Миллионы.
It happened right here. Only this place was called the Millions back then. She was a dancer. Behind the scenes, I arranged opportunities for her on the big stage. Yeah, maybe she still doesn't know it was me. Then one day, I invited her for a drink with a promise that if she was willing to meet me, I'd buy the place for her.
Он сделал ее?
I guess she was willing.
The next day, she had the club in her name.
Well, that is romantic.
Yeah, there are many kinds of romance, Birdman. There's cheap and there's expensive. You get what you can afford.
Я больше ничего не могу
сказать. Do you live in the same house as Natasha?
Oh, you're really something. Natasha's a free woman, but mostly, yeah, at my place in Goldtown. But she has her own kind of a weekend house.
How often does she use the weekend house?
Yeah, every other weekend, roughly.
I see. That's very important information.
Yeah, if you say so.
Когда она там на выходных раз...
So Natasha feels like she's in grave danger, yet she's still going out alone.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at, but I'm 100% sure of her loyalty. She's gone out very rarely since this started, and mostly in my company. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if you do, but in our social circles, banquets and dinners are frequent.
Illegal gambling nights.
You got me there. Yeah, you're right. Natasha is crazy about the roulette wheel.
Always putting it all on the red, right?
Yeah, you're a real rotten bastard, Sonny. Although, yeah, always on the red. Yeah, right.
So, can we meet your lady?
I don't see why not. But first, please, listen to her sing. She's on soon.
Вот так вот я просто с этим гангстером прочитал его, открыл книжку, такой оп. Идеально.
Thank you for your time. We'll be seeing you.
С ним гораздо проще работать, чем с Деборой.
Unfortunately.
Hey, we should grab a coffee or something, Olivia. You know, for old time's sake.
Она сейчас на работе, а ты сейчас по делу.
Pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Goodbye.
Марти.
The show's gonna start soon.
Не сдается. Давай послушаем, как поет кошечка. Мур-мур-мур. Он же не влюбится в нее. Зеленая глаз.
Sonny. Sonny.
Влюбился.
Chloe's still lying in my bed, and it's dead.
Bad Dead. Мертвая постель. Нормально.
That was, unique.
Я надеюсь, будет подольше. Че за...
That is cute. Nobody has ever given me such a unique compliment before.
Forgive me, my name is Santino Featherland.
I thought so. You look more or less like I imagined.
More or less.
Sometimes less is more, Mr. Featherland.
You were amazing, dear, as always.
Could you be my little furball and fetch me a cocktail?
But of course.
Ibn will be back soon. We'll have a few minutes to talk. Then he'll end the conversation and throw you both out.
With all due respect, ma'am, we're not that easy to get rid of. Doesn't matter who's trying, believe me.
Doesn't matter, he'll do it. That's why I'm telling you. I don't want a scene. My room's upstairs. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Come alone, Sonny. You'd be too conspicuous otherwise.
Hey.
I understand. You know, they call him Target Marty at the station.
Из-за того, что он
I don't have
белый.
time, Mr. Featherland.
Sure thing, Natasha. I'll come to your room. 3 knocks, a short pause, then another 3.
I'll be waiting. Go, before he comes back.
I knew she was trouble the first time I saw her. She wore danger like a perfume. It was simply part of her being, and it attracted me, like light attracts the moth people. I wanted to be the microphone as she whispers her melodies, or the pillow she rests her feet on while reading some cheap romance. I wanted to be her nightdress, barely touching, barely covering her marble skin. But I was a cop, and a lifetime wouldn't be enough to rid myself of what a woman like her hides under her makeup. Keep your distance, Sonny. Just keep your distance.
Она играется просто с ними, да? Ибн знает больше. Картинка поменялась. Она крутит, вертит Ибном. А, так это уже давно было известно. На этом не стоит сконцентрировать внимание. Все. Ничего нового нет. Давай сразу к делу.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
Funny
so
guy.
I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is.
Exhausting.
But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Профессионально.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the second you set foot in here, you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
Конечно.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Про жену поговорим.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Она провоцирует.
That's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Нет? Нет, просто расслабься. Нужно узнать про... Кажется, она еще и опасна. Вопрос? Говорить?
Seriously, how did you find me? Not even my boss knows.
Although I didn't include Ibn in my little private mission, some of his resources were still available to me.
Yeah, let me guess. There's someone at the station working for him.
Someone? You're so cute when you're playing naive.
Have you ever had dealings with the police?
Mogцы?
Not in this city.
And otherwise?
Does it really matter, Mr. Featherland?
Maybe it does. More than a little.
I'm afraid you'll have to unravel that thread yourself. But you will find nothing but a dead end.
Dead end. Еще раз. Чекаем. Серьезные угрозы. Ибн Уэслер. Владелица клуба. Была танцовщица. Бла-бла-бла. Это все неинтересно. Кодекс. Ничего нового. Погнали? Хотя, может, посмотреть. Давай посмотрим.
Gee, that is a unique picture. And kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Была у меня одна такая кошечка один раз. Опасно с ней играть. Царапается. Чикен. Чё это? Seventh rule of predation. 7 правил предательства.
I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it. This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination. Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Danger, danger, high voltage. Уверенная.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
You're quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
Well, you tell me. Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Как раз художник.
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see. Do you have any material evidence concerning the threats?
You may think I'm irresponsible, but I didn't keep any of it. I simply couldn't bear to look at them.
Didn't you think maybe the police would need it?
I didn't think I needed the police. Moreover, do you think the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler could ever turn to the cops?
Так может вообще не было никаких угроз, и она играет.
What about me? How do I come into the picture?
С самим детективом?
It sounds ridiculous, but you're my last hope.
That does sound ridiculous, but I accept my ego and old habits.
You can't do anything else, can you?
Something like that. A leopard can't change its spots. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth. It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know.
Про жену спросить. Не?
What was in those threats?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So?
You really don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
Ну и Филмар, он здесь это не усовывается.
What about Fillmar? Is he here because of you?
Mr. Lowe helped me before, and yes, he was the first I approached.
You've managed to curb my enthusiasm a little.
Doesn't keeping 2 irons in the fire give me a better chance? But you don't have to worry. He didn't find anything. And he's not interested anymore. no matter how much I offer to pay him.
Why?
You'll have to ask him.
I think I'll do that. A dark shadow from the past. An ex-lover. A husband, maybe.
I'm surprised you asked that just now.
Well, I have my habits. Some call my methods peculiar.
What a curious way to put it.
I'm a curious kind of fellow. So?
I've never been married, and I don't really have any serious relationship before Hobart.
Надо спросить про
More
Ховарда.
dangerous, not serious relationship, maybe?
I've never been with anyone long enough for them to hate me.
Love is just another face of hate.
So is hate a face of love then?
I guess. Were you on the run?
No, Mr. Featherland. I came to Clawville with a clean slate, and I'd like to believe it will stay that way.
You mean as the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler, the biggest mob boss in Clawville? Yeah, good luck with that.
Что-то тут не сходится.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here. Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really...
Я давно хотел, я с самого начала хотел об этом спросить.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Дверь закрыта. Ничего не могу сделать.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine.
Molly.
She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me.
Так она так и не
brought your
сказала.
wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Ты так и не ответишь, где вы познакомились?
I did. I knew I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Luck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing. What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and...
Whatever it takes?
Not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
%?
Just
Походу, я с ней
one
не
more
слишком
thing.
разобрался.
Natasha,
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flowertown tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
Покажет вечером.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Теперь нужно поговорить с Халмир.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
Воскресный коттедж.
Well,
weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
В следующий раз представь, что... Филма.
So, have you talked to Natasha?
In fact, yes. She was, kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're, too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Или наоборот,
makes
его
my
нет.
feathers stand on end.
Ah, old croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
Старый каркуш. Ключ.
We stepped into it, didn't we?
Номера. Придется обзвонить номера. Открыть ящик. О, это ключ от ящика в его доме? Дебора 40, Иван 100, Наташа 60. Окей.
Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs.
Верховный псы.
Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh,
Marty.
shut up, Marty.
Заебал, реально, вот сколько можно? Воскресный коттедж. Скопток, полицейский участок.
Ooh, a nice cup of coffee a la Zip, huh?
We're not here for the coffee, Marty. Zip always knows more than what he lets on. It'd be worth interrogating the old trash panda.
If he forgave us for wrecking his joint last time.
He'll never forgive us, Marty, but we helped him out of trouble so many times, he's not gonna have any choice.
I hope you're right, old bird.
Я хотел поехать так-то домой и посмотреть, куда этот ключ подходит. Но можно и спросить у Зипа про этот список, раз уж он старый бродяга. Думаю, на этом сегодня все. Чё, прям куда-то идет непонятно этот тельц. Всем спасибо, кто был на стриме. Удачи, здоровья. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал.